A Minnesota artist is on a mission to unite communities. Josh Madson is leaving his mark across the state and country with his unique style of art, showcasing a collage of community faces on the sides of buildings and spaces. Northern News Now's Ryan Hayes spoke with the artist today about why he's taking his project to Duluth and how he hopes the community will benefit from it.
Artist Josh Madson's work is already making its mark on Mankato, and now the Minnesota-raised artist wants to bring his portraits to Duluth.
We photographed 13,000 people. We've done 4 locations for Mayo Clinic. We're in Rochester, Jacksonville, Mankato, and La Crosse.
And soon, Duluth. Madson creates professional portraits of everyday people, families and kids, and compiles them into collages. He says seeing political and social divisiveness during the pandemic inspired him to bring unity and positivity to the world.
I really wanted to see people come together in a way that's like harmonious and peaceful, in a way that really shines a light on our similarities as human beings.
In Mankato, Madson photographed 850 people in 3 days and created a 3-dimensional mural at a coffee shop. He says there was so much demand after the first project that they created a larger display with more than 5,000 people. Vera Bianchini is the film's program director at the Zeitgeist Theater. She has close ties to Mankato and says seeing the mural for the first time brought a tear to her eye.
Seeing our friends and family in that light was pretty emotional because it just really brings out like a different level of beauty.
Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce President Matt Baumgartner says having vibrant art can impact the community in ways that aren't always obvious.
A wonderful way to remind people of the incredible place that we live and all of the great opportunities that we have now and into the future.
A future where division has no space or color. In Duluth, Ryan Hayes, Northern News Now.
Ryan, thank you. Now, this project is hoping to come to Duluth next summer. He is currently scouting locations in the city and connecting with groups and partners. For more details on this art project, head over to northernnewsnow.com.